this lovely project today, you're going to need a couple things. You'll need some velvet yarn. I'm using Bernat's velvet yarn. This is a weight 5 yarn. And you're also going to need some fluffy yarn for the top. This is Lion Brand's Go for Faux yarn, and it's super bulky. You will need a 6mm crochet hook for when you work with the weight 5 velvet yarn, and you'll use a 9mm crochet hook for when you use the fluffy yarn. To begin, you are going to start with a slip knot here, and you are going to make 3 chains. So that's 1, 2, and 3 chains. Then you're going to insert your hook into the very first chain that you made and pull through for a slip stitch. That's going to turn your chain into a little mini loop, and we're going to start putting stitches into the loop to work in the round. This is an alternative to the magic ring because with velvet yarn, it's very hard to pull it closed for a magic ring. Now let's start for round 1. You're going to chain 2 and insert into the ring, like so, 10 half double crochets. So that's 1 half double crochet, yarn over, insert into the loop, pull through, 2 half double crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you'll notice that you have kind of a tight fit here. And the reason for that is because your hole needs to be really small. We don't want it to have a big gaping hole for the toe. So let's count back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Those are my 10 half double crochets. What you're going to do now is continue working along, going into that first half double crochet you made for the next round. You could use a stitch marker here if you'd like. I usually just get a spare piece of yarn and stick it in the very front to mark my start of the round. So you could do this if you're totally lazy or don't have stitch markers. Okay, so now I'm going to insert 1 half double crochet into that very first one, going into that first stitch here. And in the second half double crochet, I'm going to increase. That means putting 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, like so. I'm going to repeat this all the way around. So for this next one, I'm going to put just 1 half double crochet, and for the next one, put 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And repeating that, 1, and increase. 1 and increase. 1 and increase. That brings you to the beginning of the round again. You've done 15 half double crochets in total now with the half double crochet and increase repetition. Now we're moving on to round 3. So round 3 is pretty simple and straightforward. You're just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. I can go ahead and move my stitch marker up here again. All right, to the start, and let me go ahead and put in 1 half double crochet, excuse me, in each stitch around. And what you'll do is repeat round 3 instructions for round 4 and 5. So continue half double crocheting around until you finish round 5. We'll meet back when we start round 6. Here I've stopped at round number 5. I just finished round number 5, I mean. So I'm going to begin on round number 6. Round number 6, 7, and 8 will make the heel of the stocking. We just finished the toe section. So let's get started. For round 6, you're going to do 7 half double crochets, and you're going to leave the rest of the 8 half double crochets in this round unworked. So here I'm only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 half double crochets. After that, you are going to, again, leave the next the next stitches unworked. You're going to do round 7. So chain 2, turn your piece. You're going to work in the other direction now. And first, we're going to half double crochet 2 together. So in these next 2 stitches, we're going to make a decrease. What that means is to insert your hook into the first one, yarn over, pull through, then the next one, yarn over, pull through. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops. If you're not familiar with a half double crochet decrease, or other words, half double crochet 2 together, check out a basic stitch video for that. That will show you how to work on it in a slower and clearer way. Then you're going to do 3 half double crochets in the next 3 stitches. Excuse me, so I did a half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And in the next 2, we're going to do a half double crochet decrease. So again, crochet those 2 stitches together with a half double crochet stitch. Now, we're going to go ahead and start on round 8. Chain 2, turn your piece, do a half double crochet decrease here. Pull through all those loops, do 1 half double crochet, and then a half double crochet decrease again. Oops. After you do that, you'll notice that your stocking will have an interesting shape. It has this kind of flap coming out. That's going to be the heel of the stocking, and we're going to now work our way up towards the body of the stocking. For reference, this is what a completed stocking looks like. So we just finished the heel part, and now we're going to join and work together to do the body. All right, so for the body, we're going to start with round number 9 now. It would be useful to use a stitch marker here. So I'm going to use my handy dandy low cost stitch marker, which is just a scrap of yarn. And you're going to insert 2 half double crochets across on the other 2 heel rows. So that would be on row 6 and row 7. So let me just stick my yarn here. We're not going to put a half double crochet on row 8 because we're on row 8 currently. So now let me do 1 half double crochet in row 7. And 1 half double crochet in row 8. Oops. And then we're going to start working on the, We're going to start working on the unworked stitches in round 5. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to first do a decrease when we arrive to these unworked stitches. So in these first 2 stitches down here, I'm going to decrease. Then I'm going to half double crochet 3 across. Oh, I'm sorry, half double crochet 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to do a decrease for these next 2 stitches. And as you see, we're now on the heel rows again. So in each of these next 2 heel rows, we're going to insert 1 half double crochet in each of those. So 1 in row 6 and 1 in row 7. And then we're going to go on the top of row 8 and half double crochet 3 across the top. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And so that brings us to the very top of the back to the starting place. So here's where I put my stitch marker. That's where my first stitch for round number 10 will go. There was a total of 13 half double crochets made here. So I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet around for round 10. We're working in continuous rounds again. Go into that first stitch. So 1 half double crochet in each stitch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, and at that point, you'll come back to that very first stitch of the next round. For this next round, we're going to do 2 half double crochets and then an increase. Let's go as we work along. So overall, this next round, round number 11, is going to have 2 increases in this round. So I'll show you where they are. First, do 2 half double crochets. And in the next stitch, you're going to increase. Then we're going to do 5 half double crochets. So go in 1 in each of these next 5 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to increase again. And then you're going to half double crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And that brings you back to the start of the round. I forgot to move my stitch marker, so I'll go ahead and loop it here now. For this next round, we're going to do some more increases. So for round 12, we're going to half double crochet 4 first. 1, 2, 3, and 4 half double crochets. And then in the next stitch, you're going to increase. Insert 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Do that again. We're going to repeat that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do an increase. And last one, last repetition I mean. 1, 2, 3, and 4 half double crochets, and then an increase. All right. I'm going to move my stitch marker again. Let's move it up here to the next one. For round number 13, we're going to do another round of increases. Excuse me, I have a sniffly nose and that's really not good for filming a video. I'm sorry. I wanted to get this done though so you guys can make one too. Okay. For round number, we're on 13 now. So we're gonna do 8 half double crochets and then an increase, and we're gonna repeat that twice. So let's do our 8 half double crochets first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to do an increase here, so 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Now let's go on, repeat that. 8 half double crochets, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and in that last half double crochet stitch we're going to insert 2 for an increase. Now we are going to do round number 14, which is simply half double crochet all the way around. So I'm just going to insert 1 half double crochet in each stitch here. There's going to be 22, excuse me, not 22. There's going to be 20 half double crochets in this round, so you can count them off. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, that brings me back to round number, the first stitch. And now we're going to go on round 15. For round 15, we're going to again do some increases. We're going to half double crochet 9 and then increase. Repeat that twice. So here, half double crochet 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in the next stitch I'm going to increase. Repeat this again, so half double crochet 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the next stitch, increase. That makes 22 half double crochets total in this round. And last, we're going to work on our very last round of velvet yarn. This will be the last round of the body, so I'm going to go ahead and just put my stitch marker here. And we're gonna half double crochet around, 1 stitch in each. That's gonna give us a total of 22. So that's 1, 2, 3. Just simply insert 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So after round number 16, go ahead and do one more round around the entire stocking to build some height. Now, if you want your stocking to look really short and cute, like about this size right now, you can stop there. But I'd like mine to be just a little bit taller. So I'm going to do one more round around this entire stocking. All right, and remember we want to end up at the very back of the stocking, so I'm going to crochet just a few more stitches to get to the back there. All right, I think I'm there. So as you lay your stocking flat, make sure your last stitch is on the back. Okay, there we go. Now, if you're satisfied with the height of your stocking, we can go ahead and crochet the fluffy portion. If you want to make it longer, add more rounds. If you want it shorter, again, you could have stopped at round 16 instead. All right, so let's continue on. Once you're ready to start on the fluffy portion of your sock, you're going to go ahead and attach the fluffy yarn. This is Go for Faux yarn from Lion Brand, and it's a very super bulky weight 6 yarn. I'm using it with a 9mm crochet hook. So here, we're going to yarn over, and you're going to do a double crochet decrease. So that means you're going into the first 2 stitches here, and we're gonna go through 2 stitches, 3 stitches actually, 3 loops, and then yarn over and go through the next 2 loops. I'm gonna pull this yarn end for the velvet yarn to tighten it. We're gonna continue this around, yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch and then into the second stitch. Yarn over, go through 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops. So repeat that around. You're going to end up with 3, not 3, what am I saying? You're going to end up with 11 double crochet decreases, because we had 22 stitches from the previous round. And as you decrease on each of these, which means double crocheting 2 stitches together, you're going to end up with half of the stitches. So that's 11. We just double crochet decreasing all the way around. In other words, double crocheting 2 stitches together all the way around. When you get to the very end, what you're going to do, as you see here, I've gone all the way around. you're going to put your hook into the gap between the first double crochet stitch here, and you might have to use your fingers to feel for it. So I'm going to insert my hook here, and then you're going to pull through for a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 2 to give your round a little bit of height. And you're going to insert a double crochet in each of the gaps between the double crochets around. So we're going to go through each of these gaps and make a double crochet. Use your finger to feel for the next gap and make a double crochet. Again, I'm feeling for the gaps. Feeling for the gaps. All right, and once you get all the way to the very end, we're just going to do a slip stitch to join with the very first stitch of the round. So let me do a slip stitch here. Pull through. Okay. It's very hard to see your stitches for fluffy yarn, so you're really going to have to feel it. It's a lot easier to use fluffy yarn with really large hooks like the 9mm. And as you can see, it's very it's much easier for you to feel around and see that there are gaps in between with these large stitches. Now this part with that velvet yarn, I can continue to work off of it if I want a hanging loop. If you already fastened off the velvet yarn, I forgot to mention that earlier, that's totally fine. You can just reattach it. Easy to do. But if you want to keep using it, you can find the stitch at the very back of your stocking on the top round. And here I'm going to pull it through. And I'm going to make a hanging loop by chaining 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I'm back to work with the 6mm hook that I used for the velvet yarn section of the stocking. Insert your hook into the same stitch, and you're going to pull through with a slip stitch. After that, you're going to fasten off. And you can go ahead and pull the yarn end through. Here. And all you have to do now is weave in your ends. You fasten off and weave in all these ends. Let me go ahead and do that quickly. I'm just going to tie it together to give it some extra strength. Okay. And then you can weave them in, or I'm just going to quickly hide them right now. All right. So that's that for your stocking. Congratulations on finishing your cute little mini Christmas stocking. You can easily hang it. And there you have it. You have completed your Christmas stocking. These are cute little mini stockings. As you can see, it takes a really short period of time to work up. And they're awesome little gifts for Christmas, for the holiday season. And I think they're the perfect size for gift cards too. So if you want to use it as a gift card holder, it works perfectly. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a wonderful time crafting.